Hey everybody, it's Chris. We are on the Rainbow Bridge on a very frigid February morning. It's mid-February, it's about 8 o'clock in the morning. It is freezing cold, but we're walking across the border and I'll explain why. But before I do, I just want to give you kind of a just incredible view and explain why it's such a great thing to walk across the Rainbow Bridge between Niagara Falls, New York and Niagara Falls, Ontario. So we're looking east. You can see the sun rising in the east. That's Niagara Falls, New York. I'll quickly pan the other way. We're on the Rainbow Bridge. Now we're looking west towards Niagara Falls, Ontario, where we're walking to, and I'll explain that in a moment. But we are in the middle of the bridge, right on the international boundary line, as you can see there. You can see the Niagara River. This is the lower Niagara River. It is frozen over the top, what they call the ice bridge. The river is not frozen. Believe me, water is flowing. It's just flowing underneath that ice. And there you can see majestic Niagara Falls in all its beauty. On the left, you can see the American Falls, and on the right, where you see that plume, that's Horseshoe Falls. 90% of the water flows over Horseshoe Falls on the Canadian side. But we've got a long journey today, so let's get moving. So it's mid-February, and I'll give you a hint as to the date. Today is the most romantic day of the year because today is opening day for the Toronto Motorcycle Show, and best of all, we're going. So what I'm doing is I took an Uber from my house in Niagara Falls, a couple of miles to the Rainbow Bridge. I'm walking across the bridge. I'm going to clear customs on foot. Then I'm going to Uber to the Niagara Falls, Ontario train station, and I'm going to take the GO train, the Toronto Regional Transit train, into Toronto. Now, we've done this before. Just about a year ago, before I had a Spyder, I came to the Toronto Motorcycle Show. It was the second video I shot for my channel. And it was my first time getting a close-up view of the Can-Am Spyder at this show. I'm excited to see the Canyon for the first time up close and check out other things while I'm there. And again, the best part is I'm taking you along with me. Now this is more comfortable. We're on the GO train heading to Toronto. We'll be at Union Station soon, and we'll pick it up from there. We are in Toronto's Union Station in the appropriately named Great Hall. I think that's what they call it. And let's check this out for just a minute, and then we'll head right over to the motorcycle show and check out the awesome things to see there. This place is just awesome, and I don't think this iPhone is capturing just how awesome it is. All right, so maybe you've seen enough. I know you want to get to the good stuff, so let's head over and check out some awesome Can-Am products at the Toronto Motorcycle Show. Okay, so we're finally here. Here's a pretty cool looking Ryker. This is not a Ryker channel, but that's a pretty cool looking machine. And here is the Can-Am Canyon. Okay, so let's check this baby out. So what I love about this one is it's got the, I guess the optional rear trunk, which looks like it's pretty humongous, maybe the size of the Spyder. These side cases look, you know, they probably hold as much, if not more, than the Spyder side cases. I didn't realize that. Of course, when it comes to luggage with the Canyon, there is no front, right? There's no front trunk, but that's okay. What I love most about the Canyon, in terms of if you were going to buy one of these for adventure motorcycling, is one, it's got the better tires for it, but two, if you were to, let's say, have a log in the road, or if you were to hit a curb with this versus my Spyder, if I hit a curb with my Spyder, the nose of the front juts out well beyond where the tires are, which means that I'm going to crush my front end. Whereas if you hit a log or a curb or some obstruction, whether it's in the road or off-road, these tires are the first thing that hits, and that's really what I think is pretty cool about the Canyon. Well, let's go look and see what else they have to offer. So here's another Canyon, and this one, this is like an ATV rear case. That's pretty awesome. That's a sharp color too. This is funny. Like motovlogging and whatnot is becoming so common. I guess this is an accessory, a GoPro mount. I shouldn't say GoPro, a camera mount, more than just for GoPros. And you can see, I didn't notice this before on the other, but they really consider this an off-roading vehicle, and you can tell by the, instead of the floorboards, they've got typical off-road, although humongous foot pegs. Okay, someone asked me about the F3 Limited Special Series, and they mentioned that another video that they watched didn't get close enough, so I'm going to try to make a particular point of getting up close and personal to this. Even though I'm not an F3 guy, for those of you that are, I'm going to just get as up close and personal with this as I can. It's a sharp color. I like those wheels.
Back in the closed position, but when you start it, it goes back to where you have set it program. Yep. Are you gonna pop in here to see the deal? You even have like a carry-on like this.
The reason why I say I'm not an F3 guy is this is more like a cruiser motorcycle. You kind of sit snugly in it. I think you're a little lower, and you're literally inside the machine. And I guess that obviously appeals to a bunch of folks. What I like about the RT is it's much more like the bikes I'm used to riding, adventure bikes and whatnot, sport touring bikes, where you sit up high, almost like an SUV in terms of, you know, a comparison to motor vehicles. But it is a sharp machine. So even though I'm away from the two-wheel motorcycle world, I'm still intrigued by a lot of two-wheel motorcycles, and while I'm not an electric guy yet, just from the videos that I've seen, their performance is kind of impressive. It's hard not to be impressed by these electric vehicles. They're just just incredibly powerful, and I don't know enough about these Can-Am electric bikes to know anything about range or anything, but they're not bad looking motorcycles, I gotta say that, if you're into adventure bikes. Where's the exhaust pipe? That's a joke, I'm just kidding. Let's see what else we've got to look at. Okay, here's one with side saddlebags and a rear top case. That top case is a unique looking top case. I mean, look at that thing. So I guess this is like a Sportster. What do they call this thing? Can-Am Pulse. It's difficult to see because the carpet is black, but I think it's leaking oil. Another joke, okay? Bear with me. That's a joke. It is not leaking oil. If this was leaking oil, this is an electric, this is a battery engine, battery motor. If this was leaking oil, we'd have a problem. So this is the new Sea to Sky, and this new, I don't know what they call this purple color. We'll look at the placard up front, but it is impressive. Look at that, the new rear camera. So let's see where the camera is. Oh yeah, I'm looking at my hand. I'm going to zoom in there. That's my hand going up and down there. It is a sharp color. Dusk metallic, it looks like. Okay, so the new Sea to Sky, that's right, it's available in two, the dusk metallic and the Vegas white satin. Not white, but Vegas white. That's an important distinction. And the new tires, okay, this is the first time I'm getting a look at the new tires. They're supposed to be more durable. I just had a tire replaced on my rear tire about 3,000 miles ago. My guess is in about 7,000 miles, I'm going to have one of these put on mine. It's a good looking machine. So this has absolutely nothing to do with Can-Ams or Spyders, but this is pretty cool. Yamaha sponsored track for the kids. You can tell that some of these they're just learning. Some are older than others, and we have some girls on the track too, which is good to see. So I just walked around the whole show, and I will tell you just one observation. There are a ton of manufacturers who are putting out electric motorcycles, and I guess that should not be surprising to me, not at all. It's kind of comparable to what automakers are doing, right? Everyone's putting out an electric vehicle, I guess. But I guess I've been out of it for the past year and just been interested in the Can-Ams, and I knew that they were coming out with electric bikes, that I never realized like how common it's becoming. Now what is this? Oh, I guess they're selling the helmet with the comm system. Interesting. Okay, it was another good show. I will tell you that I'm most excited about next year's Toronto Motorcycle Show because I'm still predicting that the RTs will be revamped for the 2026 models. That'll be announced, my prediction, in late 2025. That's this year. And they'll be here at the show in a year from now. The Toronto Motorcycle Show is usually mid-February. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I've got a real cool video coming up next week. It's a snowmobile Spyder video. If you're into the Can-Am Spyder, or if you're into snowmobiles, you're gonna wanna watch that video next Sunday. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber yet, please subscribe and hit that notification button. If you have any comments, please comment. I sure would appreciate it. And until the next video, you have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.